Okay, so now we're doing the latitude factor. So the latitude factor is on page 18, how to calculate it. And the directions are to take the latitude factor is calculated by dividing the minutes and seconds of the birth latitude. So for Aretha, it was Memphis, Tennessee. So the birth latitude, which is 35 degrees, 8 minutes, 58 seconds. So it says to take, dividing the minutes and seconds of the birth latitude by 60. So we're going to have to decimalize that. So 8 minutes equals 8 points, and then decimalizing 58 minutes, which the little chart is in this book. So when you look at 58 minutes, it's 0.9. So 58 minutes. 9333. That's 9666 is what it should be. Let me just double check that. And 6666. It should be 9666. So let me just double check that. Make sure this is correct. 8.9666 divided by 60 equals 13949. So it gives us a little bit different. Okay. So my LF factor is 1.3489. So now we're going to do those same kind of calculations. Only now we're going to go through and look at the latitude in the table of houses. And we're going to take the same lower time. Let me just double check that to make sure. 11th house cusp. 940 and 35. So take the, sorry. Yes, you do the lower cusps, and then you go one higher. Okay, so 35 latitude is 25.3. And then the higher latitude, which is 36, is 25.42. So we're going with latitude up and down. So it's like the 11th house cusp is 25 degrees Virgo 04, and that's at 36 degrees latitude, or 36 north, and 35 north, we have 25 degrees Virgo 03. So what's the difference between that? And that is 1 minute. So we're going to do this with all of them. I'm going to write them on the board. 22 degrees Libra, 25, 22 degrees Libra, 33, which is an 8-minute difference. And then the Ascendant is 15, Scorpio 30, and 15, Scorpio 08, which gives that 22 minutes difference. The second house and the third house. So the second house is 14, Sag 36, and 14, Sag 59, 23 minute difference. And the 17, Capricorn 45, and the 17, Capricorn 57 is 12 minutes difference. So now we have to calculate that times all of those figures and get up with a number. So we're going to do that real quick. So So this one will be 13489 times 1 is 134.134. Just get all these numbers down real quick first. So 113.9 times 08 is 1.0779, which is 1.08. Then we get this one, 22 minutes times 0.13489 is 2.96. This one, 13489 times 23 minutes is 310. 102. And then 12 times 13489 is 1618. Okay, so that's what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to either add or subtract it to the last calculation we just had, the last to the math we had on the sidereal adjustments. Now that's where we're going to add or subtract this last final adjustment from the latitude to make the final house cusp. So it says the rules are if it's an add if the cusp is earlier than the sidereal time, and subtract if it's higher. So the corrected 11th house cusp was 20 degrees Virgo. 35 Virgo, 26, and then we're going to add 13 to that, 13 minutes. So that gives. Stopped on that one. To start over then. So the 12th house, let's see, 12th house should be 2254 that we had. So 22 degrees Libra, 54, and then we're going to minus 1.07, so that makes it 53 minutes. 22 Libra, 53. And use that in the final. Okay, so the ascendant would be 1549. We have 1549 degrees Scorpio. And so we have 2.96. 50, 51, so 51 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, subtract. Subtracting 2 minutes, so 47. 15 degrees Scorpio, 47 minutes. And for Sagittarius, we have 15, 20, 15, Sag 20, we're going to minus 3. So 15 degrees Sag, 17 minutes. And the third one is 18 degrees Capricorn, 19, minus 1 minute, 60 seconds. So that's 18 degrees Capricorn, 18. That's correct. I just got to double check this. Really has somewhere. Oh, I think this is supposed to be right here. Okay. I get it. That's why it's, this is a 13, it's 0.13. So it's not even, it's 25 minutes, 26 seconds was before the adjustment, and we need to add 0.134 to that. So there's nothing added. So it's 25 Virgo, 26. Okay. So there we go. So these are the final house cusps, the final adjustments to make. So you can also finally do get a chart wheel. I know this sounds confusing, and I hope to make this as easy as possible. So what we did is we got the minutes and seconds, decimalized it, divided it by 60 to get the logarithm for all of these, make the adjustments so that the time for exactly in Memphis and correcting it from the table of houses. So we just made a minor adjustment, and we had to either add or subtract about a minute or 2 minutes to the final birth time or cusp adjustments. So this is the actual what I got calculated, and I checked to 2 different major popular programs, SolarFire, Kepler. I did both to see what the minutes would be. I mean, 1 minute arc difference for all of the house cuts. So this calculations we just did for Aretha Franklin, we've calculated all the house cusps with 1 minute degree of arc, I should say. So that's fantastic. So we've made a huge, so the next thing will be, in the next video, will be to do the planets, to adjust those from the ephemeris to get the exact minutes of your planets and your moon, which is the trickiest usually of all of them, is the moon. But so this is fantastic. So I would draw all of the, get a house cusp, a white house wheel, and draw all the finalized house cusps. Use your table of houses, and go through and do this a couple times on a couple different charts. Memorize all these steps one at a time. It's just so much easier if you do it one at a time, and then you'll know what you're doing and you'll kind of get it in your memory. And it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And if I don't do this for a long time, I have to review everything before it becomes fresh again, before it becomes second nature. It used to be second nature, and we had to do it all the time. Now we don't do it only once or twice a year if we have to, or to teach it. And so I have to refresh a little bit myself. So anyway, enjoy this and look forward to the next video, which will be the planet calculations.